G'day, it's Jamie, and welcome to Where's My Yowie. Today, I'm reading a few old newspaper articles about big cat or thylacine sightings in Victoria in 1885. So we'll get into it. This first story was published in the Launceston Examiner on Saturday, the 13th of June, 1885, titled Echoes of Melbourne. Australia, and Victoria in particular, has up to the present time enjoyed the reputation of being free from the presence of indigenous beasts of prey. But if a report is to be believed, we are about to belie our good reputation in this regard. It is reported that a tiger has been seen in the bush in the vicinity of Wangaratta. Not a two-footed one, but a real live specimen of the chief of the feline tribe. Perhaps the fact that the silly season is now on, that the bunyip has long since been played out, and that the weather is too cold and wintry for snake stories, may have something to do with the appearance of a singular and unknown animal seen by some state school children and described as being very like, not a whale, but a domestic cat. The end. Okay, so this next article was published in the South Australian Register on Wednesday, the 17th of June, 1885, titled Victoria. There is a tiger or a panther wandering at large in Victoria, according to the rumour. It has taken place of the bunyip, whom hundreds have seen but none captured. The tiger is supposed to have broken loose from a travelling menagerie in the northeastern district. At the beginning, we should like it prove that such an escape ever took place. Perhaps the showmen were afraid to report the fact to the police. At any rate, they did not do so. The first story about the tiger being seen came from the neighbourhood of Wangaratta, 60 miles from the place where he is said to have now commenced business on his own account. He was followed, but vanished among the trees. Next we hear of a strange animal, bigger than a St. Bernard's dog, but shorter-legged, having appeared at Lilydale, 25 miles from Melbourne, and at least 150 miles from Wangaratta. Between Lilydale and Wangaratta, there is a dividing range, 2,000 feet high in the lowest part, besides several large rivers. And finally, the tiger changed into a panther and is reported having been seen within the suburban circle, about 8 miles from the General Post Office. They show you his footprints and point to the carcass of mangled cows and calves. Casts have been taken of the footprints for examination by scientific men, who pronounce them dog-like, and yet not dog-like, but panther-like, which gives us a nervous turn, for the panther may take to killing children and grown-up people. One tiger will not account for so many apparitions. There must have been a general strike among the menageries and a breaking up of companies. The attractions of the show have been striking for higher wages or, like the South Melbourne foundrymen, protest against the new order against smoking. Either 3 tigers are abroad or there has been much whiskey drinking in the wild parts of Victoria. The end. Okay, so this next article was published in the Melbourne Punch on Thursday, the 18th of June, 1885, titled Lions in the Way. A tiger was reported to be at large at Wangaratta, and the state school was ordered to be closed till the monster was destroyed. A panther now turns up at Boroondura, and it is considered unsafe for young children to cross the paddocks on their way to school. If the state schools in the neighbourhood of the panther are to be closed, we imagine we shall hear of lions, boa constrictors, and dragons, and other parts of the colony. Next to the good epidemic of measles, schoolmasters will welcome wild animals as then best friends. Even the dread of the bunyip may be revived. The end. Okay, so this last article was published in the Albury Banner and Wodonga Express on Friday, the 19th of June, 1885, titled Victorian Mems. 2 cows and a horse have been mysteriously killed near Doncaster, and it is supposed that the wild beast, said to have escaped from an menagerie near Wangaratta, is the guilty party. As to the nature of the culprit, nothing is known with any degree of certainty. It is stated by some that he is a bunyip on the lookout for a faithless mate. Others again assert that he is a rabbit sent down as deputation to interview the Minister of Lands on the subject of poisoned chaff, and a correspondent surmises that he is a descendant of the tiger who was turned loose for a run in the Western District because the owner declined to sell his proprietor a side of mutton. The owner of the tiger, being unable to buy mutton, could not keep the animal. The end. Okay, sorry, there's one more article. So this article, last article, was published in the Daily Telegraph on Tuesday, the 23rd of June, 1885, titled Miscellaneous. The Lilydale residents in Victoria seem to have become jealous of the Wangaratta bunyip and have started one of their own, this time in the shape of a panther. Shooting parties have been kept out and children have been kept in on the account of the size of the voracious animal's maw, but none of the shikars have succeeded in getting a shot at him. Casts have been taken of his tracks and submitted to Professor McCoy, but the learned naturalist, to the great humiliation of Lilydale braves, declares they are only those of a large dog. The end. Well, this is really interesting. There's like obviously more than one of these big cats or thylacines out there, and some are saying it's a tiger, some are saying it's a panther, and the really weird bit that gets me is there's 2 lots of casts have been taken, and both times they said that they're dog looking, which to me definitely says that there are thylacines or maybe thylacoleos even, and they've found like carcasses of mangled cows and calves and horses that have also been killed. It's really crazy, but there's definitely more than one of these creatures out there, that's for sure. Okay, that's it from me. I'll get back to you all next time. Bye.